And now let us come to our third and last case. That is, till now whatever exception that we saw, we were all aware of that. But what if you don't know the name of the exception? So in that case, we have a solution for that. Try the code and then catch the general exception class. So let me show you such scenario within the IntelliJ IDE. So here right after this try catch finally block, let me show you one more example. Let us use string s equal to, let's say, intern Shala. Now, as we all know, this statement is simply going to create an object. Let us assume s1, right? S1 is the object created inside the heap memory. Now, if I try to print out s dot length, so it will simply print out the length of our string, as we all know from our previous tutorials of string handling. Now, what if we don't have a valid object? Suppose string s equal to null. Now, null is a keyword in Java that means no object. Or you can say there is no valid object being created inside the heap memory. So this reference variable of s is not pointing to any object because we have null keyword here. So when we try to use s.length, it simply means that we are calling the length method on the null object or the no object. So if we try to perform any operation on the null object, then we get some exception. So let us try this code out. So here we get some exception, Java lang null pointer exception. If you click on the blue link, it will take you to the line where the exception has occurred. So at this point of time, we got some exception. Now suppose we don't know what exception can occur at this point of line. So in that case, you don't always need to remember the name of the exception, which is null pointer exception in our case. So here in our code, what we can do, we can simply use try the code, and then while catching the exception, use the catch keyword and simply use the general exception word, this one, and give it a space. Use the variable name, let's say ex, as per your wish, and then write our code. This time I am just printing out the variable of ex, right? Now let us now run the code. Now still our program is working perfectly fine. Program ends has been executed in spite of Java lang null pointer exception which occurred just now. So always remember, whenever you don't know what kind of exception we can get in the runtime, so you can simply use exception space ex. So here in this case as well, instead of array index outer bound exception and also the arithmetic exception, you can simply use the exception keyword or the class name, right? Like this. But trust me, this is not the recommended approach. When you know what type of exception is going to occur, then always use the specific class of exception that we are using here, right? So this was all about the demo video of the exceptional handling in Java.